That's right. Cringe. Yes, you are. That's impossible. How about you engage with the stream of tier list? You fucker. Yeah. Oh my god. Oh. Yeah, go for it. Go for it. You're not getting paid for it, though. Hey, Grin. Hey, JCS the Great. Hey, Nathaniel. Yeah, kiss up to me, Jake. I'm never going to kiss you. What? You want to run that by me again? You want to run that by me in slow motion on video? Show me what you do with that tongue, Jake. Yum, 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 yum. All right. Who are you talking to? Oh, are you guys not? Oh, you guys weren't. Oh, you guys weren't coming into the thing, so I was just like being weird with myself.
Yes.
Yes. All right. What's up, right? Hey, Globama, Thomas Sampson, Pancake Business,
Globama.
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 Yeah. So today, my free time reserves are running drier
are we
than the
coming through
Sahara
now?
Desert. Yeah, you guys are coming through now.
Okay.
Do you have a code? I don't have a creator code.
You could get one soon.
It's possible.
There's no
It could
way.
happen.
Activision doesn't
it
like
could
me.
happen.
Activision doesn't like me.
No, it's possible. It's possible. I believe it.
Bukake for Jake, but it's just insults instead. That'd be pretty good.
That'd be like a club.
What?
Could be.
What? You're gross. I like you. All right. Okay, everybody. Let's see, how many people do we have so far? Is that 30 already? Fuck.
Oh wait, I think in your title you should specify that this is for multiplayer.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, here we go. See, I'll get viewers by annoying them when they join. That's what'll happen here. Okay.
Oh, so for this tier list, are you going to be doing like the rankings like within each tier, or are you just going to put them in like
Once
each category?
I'm done with the tier list, then I will adjust the rankings in each tier, so we'll have like high Bs, low Bs.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna go get a drink.
All right, man.
Okay.
All right. So God, we have a good amount of people in somewhere. I don't want to be sweaty anymore. I just want to be happy. Too bad, man. Too fucking bad.
Sucks, doesn't it?
Sucks, doesn't it? Hey, we have 4 likes. Everybody like the stream if you would.
Do that.
5 likes. Can I
6?
6 likes? I do like seeing 6 likes. 42 viewers, 6 likes. What if you all use 20% off? Use this code for 20% off of Manscaped. What if you did that? What if you followed me on Twitter @the1boom? What if you did that? Do you cook? I don't know what that. What does that even fucking mean? You mean do I cook? I don't know what that means. Hey, Connor Hicks. Tier list. So we're gonna get ranking here. So we have Jake, Jason, Kyle's getting a drink, but he's gonna be here too. And we're all gonna review stuff.
Hell yeah.
So I think the easiest things to do is start with S and F, but it's your stream. So.
I think I'm just going to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab each. So right here is like a top list of guns, and so I'm going to start with this top list. I'm not going to like go through. I'm going to go basically one after the next from this pre-established list here.
Okay.
I'm going to probably rearrange this though, just to make it a little interesting. Kind of going to close my eyes and drag some stuff around, and look away, and drag some stuff around. Okay, there we go. So happy I joined this early. Yeah. Hey, Zephyr. Nice to have you. Dream Eater. The only thing that happened in Modern Warfare 2021 was actually a big expansion in MW 2019. And how would that work? I wouldn't hate that, actually. There wouldn't be a reason not to, except for the fact that I feel like there's some bugs with the original Modern Warfare here that could certainly be fixed with a second title with, maybe like some improvements to the engine and whatnot. Will you forget me? Oh yeah, Globama. I will forget you just as fast as I remembered you. Which is to say really slowly, because I actually took a while to get you down. The doggos are good, Ghostly Wolf. My dog in the backyard today got up on one of our patio chairs to take a pear out of our tree. And I've never been more frustrated and proud. I'm like, what the fuck is she doing? And she just like picks a nice ripe pear for herself and takes it down. I'm like, okie dokie. What's up, Avery? And we got Jamie's here. We have a good amount of people. We have 60 people watching. We haven't even started.
Pretty good.
We haven't even started the tier list.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Awesome dog moment. Thank you. Operators and blueprints will carry over to Cold War. Only for Warzone. It's just Warzone. The wording's a little fucky. It even confused Jake here, but it's really just Warzone. Like your Warzone Modern Warfare stuff will carry over to the Warzone for Cold War. My cat threw up on the table and stole raw fish off the counter. Oh my god.
Yikes.
Cat moment. Me too, Pounds. 500 plus viewers? Oh, maybe. Alright. Is there
Bobby B Gaming, that's a coincidence, because one of my my friends from high school, his name was Bobby B.
Bobby B? Oh, Gothic Snow
I highly
Leopard.
doubt it's the same person, but...
Yeah. Gothic Snow Leopard. Thank you for the $2. I know the drill. It's going to coffee. Don't you worry about it. Can we help with the decisions? You guys can argue with me on the decisions. And, let's say, alternate view? How would you guys say Canal's name? Canal? Alternato? How would I say that? I'm stuck.
Now, alternativo.
Alternativo?
Yeah, alternativo.
Alternativo?
You know the drill.
Yeah, something like that.
Cool. I like it. Wow, glory to the Hypnotoad. Thank you, Gothic Snow Leopard. First dono of the stream. Appreciate it. Okay. Alright. Kyle's taking forever to get a drink. So, I think what we're going to do is as soon as we get to 80 viewers, we're gonna start this. $2, 77 viewers, 31 likes. Not bad. What's that?
I'm assuming we're just gonna go through like each category and be like, all right.
No. So this list already is all fucked up. You see, if you see like the stream here, this little
Yeah, it's not an alphabetical order.
It's not in alphabetical order or anything. We're just gonna throw basically whatever the tier list gives us, I have to review in that order. Not gonna bounce around.
Hey, that's something.
It's something. It's somewhat of a plan. It is somewhat of one. Gonna have Modern Warfare weapons in Warzone? Yeah, because Warzone is its own game. It's gonna have an update for Cold War, but it's not going to, it's not gonna be like a new game. So Warzone isn't coming to Cold War. Warzone works in conjunction with it. My dating skills are F tier.
That's okay.
Warzone's its standalone game, guys. Riot Shield S tier. They have not announced if Cold War has Gunsmith. The running rumor is that it doesn't, but we don't know yet. Lumberjack? I like that idea. I'd love a good buff to the Vector mag size. My bank account is F tier? Damn. You'll be able to use all your cosmetics that you got in Warzone still, because the Warzone thing isn't changing. It's just going to get an update. Gunsmith is also in COD Mobile, so I don't think that it's an Infinity Ward thing, Neja. Yeah, because technically Warzone isn't going to be a Cold War game. They're just going to do updates to Warzone from now on. Cold War doesn't have its own Battle Royale. Hey, Gamer Boy. Okay. Tell Kyle he's a dirty weasel and he stole my real life name. I will, dude.
Your real life name's not Globama.
Are you gonna tell us that your real name is not Bama? That's disappointing.
Jason is F tier. Oh God.
What? Jason, you didn't tell me that. All right, let's start this up. We are at 8. We're over 80 viewers, so it is time to start. Gamerboy, you don't have to remember if you don't want to, but if you do, it's not. I'm not gonna tell you no.
Forget. Don't remember. Forget.
Shut up, Jason. Now you're F tier.
What?
I'm gonna the tier list just becomes a tier list about ranking you guys as friends.
Oh no.
Jake would be F tier after today.
Oh, I'm fine.
Wow. Okay.
Thanks to you, Jake, I am fine.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, let's start doing the gun stuff.
Okay, so we're gonna start off with the Striker 45 here. I don't know exactly what to do with this. Hey, thank you, Gamerboy. I appreciate you. Thanks for remembering, dude. So when it comes down to it, the Striker doesn't really fit in with anything, does it? Like, it doesn't do. There's nothing that the Striker does. Hey, Cloud's happy now. There's nothing the Striker does that other guns don't do better. But it does have a good killing potential. So do I give it F or do I give it D? Because it is definitely...
I was thinking D.
I'm thinking D because it is usable. It has access to barrels that can make it do well. It has actually has a very good attachment selection. It's just that the overall weapon itself is lackluster.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind putting it in
Yeah,
D tier.
it's pretty hard to rank the SMGs just because of the MP5, but
Yeah, we're not going to focus on what gun isn't better or worse than an MP5, but that definitely is going to come into a little bit of a struggle.
Yeah, I have the game open just looking at the guns and what they have available to them.
Yeah, I'm actually loading
I
up the
should
game.
do that too. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm loading up the game so I can actually look at that. I didn't even think about having that open. I don't know why.
Yeah, I was thinking the strike would maybe be
Oh,
mid
that's the
to low
hollow
D
points
tier.
too. Yeah, okay, these are the hollow point rounds. Well, then it's definitely going in F.
Oh, those are the hollow point. Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, because and the
That's-
reason
that's-
is,
Oh,
guys.
wait, actually, wait. Before you put anything anywhere, should we just rank the guns as the guns, not with any conversion kits added?
No,
No, the conversion kits are actually in the list.
They're in the
as
list.
individual things.
Okay, but do we just ignore them? Do we just ignore them?
no.
and
We'll
then
just
move
do it.
past
We'll
that?
just do it as it gives us to it. Don't want to don't need to
Okay, cool.
complicate it.
Okay.
It does not have the fastest sprint out. It does not. The P90 still does because it has 3 You can stack 3 attachments on the P90. Sorry, that allows you to do that. So no, the Striker does not have the fast. It might have the fastest base, but not the fastest potential. The P90 beats it in that case. I'm gonna say the Striker with the reason I don't like Striker with hollow point. Yes, they can kill fast. That is not a sign of a gun being good.
Yeah, because in
You're still
theory, it should
immensely
kill
limited.
fast, but in actual gameplay, it's not that great.
Yeah, you're immensely limited by running them. You remove so much of what makes a gun versatile or competitive or even close to meta when you do
Just by
that.
taking it off full auto.
Just by taking it off full auto, that's already going to do that. And then you limit yourself to only having 12 rounds. It's a fucking shit show. It's going in F tier.
They reworked the P90. There's no longer 3 sprint out attachments. Since when?
Yes, there is. I can look at this right. I literally just made a P90 yesterday. So if I go, unless it's a closet buff or closet nerf, because fly strap, and then sprint to fire speed, rear stippled grip tape, and then 5 milliwatt. That's 3. Yeah, I should probably be able to pull up the Elgato to prove. Yeah, this has 3 attachments. That's 5 milliwatt, stippled grip tape, and fly strap. Yeah, that's 3 attachments. That sprints out faster than every other fucking gun in the game. Can we have the MP5 as its own tier above S? No. So Striker hardpoint, hollow point rounds definitely goes in F tier. But now we're going to the AUG, base 9mm AUG. I'm gonna give that a B. I want to give it a B.
A B?
Maybe
Ooh.
okay.
I was actually thinking like high C, low B.
High C, low B.
Yeah.
Let me see if I gotta remember my stats here. I gotta remember my stats. So I'm pretty sure the AUG with 9mm fires at 769. Yeah, 769 RPM, and it can get a 3-shot kill.
Ooh, but there's a problem.
What's that?
Its highest round ammunition is 32.
It is 32.
So it lacks magazine size.
It
Yeah,
does
that
lack
ammo
magazine size.
capacity,
That's what would keep it out of A and S. But I think it deserves a B because it has good killing potential. It has low recoil, good killing potential, a great like attachment combinations and stuff. So like I honestly would put the AUG in B with its 9mm. Because 5.56 round AUG, guys, fires at 682 and can get a 3-shot kill. That is not that great. It really isn't. The Scar, that's comparable to something like the Scar, I mean, really, so many of actually all of the 5.56 rifles are better than the AUG in 5.56. Now the AUG can get a 3-shot kill, which is all fine and good, but you're firing so much slower. You can have 60 rounds though, but we're not talking about the 5.56. The 9mm itself has good damage over range, low recoil, and solid time to kill. Like again, when you're firing at 769 RPM, that's faster. That's about as fast as the Kilo. That's within 10 RPM of the Kilo, but it can 3-shot. That makes it pretty damn good. Its ammo definitely hurts it. So I'm gonna put it. I want it in B. Where do you guys think 9mm AUG should go?
B's okay. Yeah, I think B's fair. Especially since we're still early, we can just move things around later.
That's the thing too. Is that also like for me, it's the low recoil plus that rate of fire plus the ability to 3-shot kill. That makes it perfect.
People are saying that pros banned 9mm AUG.
Yeah, it can kill faster than the MP5. Yes and no. Technically, its TTK is actually longer. Its base TTK is 156 milliseconds, and the MP5's is 144. So the MP5 still outguns the AUG, but it's comparable. Yeah, the AUG does not kill faster. Exactly, Matrix. No, it doesn't. But they did ban it for some reason. I think it's because it is technically easier to use. Just that recoil is super fucking low, but it doesn't have the damage potential.
Mm-hmm.
And its iron sights are kind of bugged. I don't know, Kyle. Would you put the AUG 9mm in B tier? Ranking. Oh, the tiers, by the way, are S through F.
The AUG 9mm B tier? Yeah.
Yeah, like this is still the second gun, so we can move things around later.
Okay. So going on to the Kilo 141, I'm putting this in.
I'd say A.
I almost want to put it in S because of its amazing 4-shot kill range, its fucking amazing recoil, its great rate of fire, its attachment options. I almost want to put it in S, but
Definitely
I think
the biggest attachment pool. The M4.
Yeah, the M4 and the Kilo are pretty fucking up, neck and neck with that.
Yeah.
The Kilo, I really want to put it in. My heart says S tier. It's probably my favorite rifle. But what do you guys think?
I think A for now.
A for now.
Yeah.
I think it's an A tier. I think it's like a high A tier.
We'll do Lenny.
Yeah.
Let's see.
How many guns are there in the game?
How many guns are there? I have no idea. Also, you're a little quiet, Kyle.
Yeah, and I'm not sure how many DLC guns are included.
Is that better?
That is a little. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, I think Kilo A is pretty good. I don't know exactly how many guns there are. Looks like we have around. Let's say we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So we have 4 times 14. What would that be? Quick maths. 56 guns. About 56 minus 3. So it's about 53 guns. So let's just keep going.
And that's plus conversion, so.
Oh, that is yeah. So we have pretty much. The VLK is F tier. We'll get to that. Okay, so M4, I'm gonna put it in S. I'm putting the M4 in
That's
S.
S tier. S tier, just flat.
Yeah, even after its nerfs, I don't think it's overpowering.
There's so much customization.
Yeah, it's the customization, it's the nice iron sights, it's the rate of fire, it's the recoil. No one's gonna argue the M4 shouldn't be S.
Yeah, it's just ease of use. Yeah.
Yeah, it's ease of use plus versatility. I think that's one and done. Easy S. Okay. The Grow.
That's an interesting one.
That's an interesting one.
Uh,
Let me pull up the thing. Here.
pre-nerf or post-nerf? I would say post-nerf.
Well, yeah,
current.
we're talking about it, how things are
Current,
now.
yeah.
I've been playing with the Grow a lot today. It essentially
I
fills.
think it's still A.
Yeah, yeah. I want to say A, but the problem is that like it's really just a less customizable, slightly lower rate of fire kilo at this point.
People are saying B. People are saying B tier, and there's one C tier.
Yeah, but the thing because
Interesting.
Really?
that's the thing for the Grow to get like to get to the point where it needs to be, it needs to run a long barrel. And so like it's already like I don't know, B or above. I kind of want to put it in like low A because it's very good, but it's not amazing. So I think I'm actually going to put it in B. Do you guys agree with Grow for B?
Yeah.
B.
Honestly, I feel like it's A. I feel like lower
like,
A, high B.
Yeah, high B, low A.
High B, low
Obviously,
A.
we'll
Okay.
readjust
Because
that.
that's what I was thinking.
We'll adjust. I would put it in B for now, and we'll adjust it. The thing is that to me, it's just a bad kilo for multiplayer. It's just a bad kilo. It's not. It's a very easy to use, versatile gun, but it's not even as customizable as the kilo. The kilo has integral suppressor, 100-round mag options. But we'll see. Moving down the okay, Car 98 and MK2.
Ooh.
These are hard.
They're very hard
because
it depends on the player.
It depends on the player, and I don't use them that much. But I know that in the right hands, they can be S tier. But as weapons, should be more around B or C in the sense that it really does depend.
I would have said around a mid B, low B.
Yeah.
Yeah, because are we talking about like the
It
average
really
player?
does.
Like,
Yeah, because I think the average player can do well with it, but a really good player can own the entire match with it.
It's true.
There's a lot of
The car is
potential.
definitely easier to use
I think-
than like the.
Yeah, the car would
the Mark
definitely,
II.
I think, is definitely above the Mark II.
It has a great one-shot ADSs quickly.
Let's put them both in B tier and put the car ahead of the Mark II.
Yeah.
I think that's totally fair. But now the next one's really, we'll adjust this later, guys. We can come back and adjust this. If you guys disagree with that or any of these, we can adjust it. We're going to have to think about this a lot. Because the thing is that the Car 98 can be really good, but it's also still a 5-shot bolt-action rifle. And when talking about the quality of weapons, like, if I was going to say, if an amazing player had the Grow, they'd beat a kilo user, put it in S tier. We really can't look at, like, the potential skill. The potential output...
yeah, because there's like a huge like skill gap between like a good car 98 player and then like a sort of like one.
Yeah, exactly. Because I'm really
So,
good at, like...
it's hard to rank it.
Yeah, I'm really good at pre-aiming somebody with a Car 98, but some people can fly around a corner and nail you in the head and keep going. And get a kill with each round. So I'm going to put it in B. It could get adjusted. Thank you, Satanic Electric. The next one's really hard, though, is the M13. So for me, the M13 is A, but I know that's not true. I love the M13, but technically,
I would definitely put it at B.
I would at least put it at B, yeah, because there's a...
I put it in C, honestly.
Well,
I think it's a low B.
I know you don't like them 13, Jake, but I think it's high B.
The thing is that its damage kind of fucking blows.
It sucks. It sucks ass.
It has to hit 5 times. It's basically a crappy MP7.
And the blackout's useless.
But the range of it is great. The controllability of it's great. The consistency of it feels really good. I want to put it in B because it's very snappy, it's versatile, it's good in close quarters because of that rate of fire. And the potential is there. We're going to go off if we're going off a little bit of potential, then the potential to get a 3-shot kill with that thing if you go for headshots, which that gun doesn't make it terribly hard because the iron sights are great, the recoil is low. You can get a 3-shot headshot. Yeah, if you can get headshots, the M13 is fantastic. It's actually going to be hard for me to put any of the assault... thinking about it, it's going to be hard for me to put any of the assault rifles below B.
That's true.
Yeah,
because they're
all
they
the
do kind of own the game.
They're all really balanced. Now, crossbow
Honestly,
has...
I would say D because of its like utility. It's like its gimmick is kind of interesting.
Yeah, but it doesn't really have much. Like the gas arrows suck. The explosive arrows have no splash damage. The thermite arrows also have like no radius to them. It doesn't. If the arrow went where you pointed it, the crossbow would be a D or a C for me. But the arrows don't go where you point it sometimes.
Honestly, I'd say F tier because it's shit and a primary.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's a, if it's a
That's very true.
if it's a secondary, it would be probably C as like one of the better, more fun secondaries. But like,
Yeah.
but as a primary, I think it's
secondary.
yeah, it's a
Yeah,
primary.
yeah, that's right. I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
Yep, I would say
Yeah,
F.
Like, the
Okay.
thing is, like if like the gas grenade and like thermite was like significantly better for like area denial, like I would probably put it in like D or maybe like possibly C.
Dude,
but-
if the explosives were as good as like the grenade launchers, even I would probably give it A tier because then you could like send these arrows into a building across the map, and basically do some good splash damage. But they're not. They're not even as good as the crappy noob tube. So, and again it's primary. FAL is a straight up A. Who's gonna argue with me?
Yeah, it's an A.
Even
Yeah.
after its buff and then nerf, it's an A. I almost want to give it an S, but it's only damage potential now. It's not
Before
this.
the nerf, it would probably been an.
Oh yeah, it would have been an S plus because you could two-shot people in the hands, but like now you actually have to hit upper torso. So I'm gonna say A as a really solid semi.
Ooh,
The
SKS.
problem is the SKS in my head is fucking S tier, just for its
Yeah, like I'd say like mid to low S tier.
yeah. The SKS is
Really?
it's phenomenal.
Yeah, it's slept on.
It's
so hard.
Its damage slaps at such long distances. The SKS will treat you right in 10v10, 6v6, ground war, or even Warzone. The only thing that holds it back in Warzone is the fact that it uses sniper ammo. Like it is just really hard for me to put the SKS in anything below A. So I think I'm gonna put it in S for now.
Wait, SKS gets B tier. It's a worse foul.
No.
Last time I checked, you actually needed like attachments on that fail to make it good.
The
SKS,
SKS
you can just use it naked and like
Yeah.
just destroy people.
Yeah, like on one of my last streams, I did a ADS speed SKS with no damage range attachments or recoil control attachments, and I own the map with it. It's so good. It turns off your brain to use it because of how consistently it nails a two-shot kill. Like if we go down to marksman rifles, the SKS is capable.
The fire rate's really good. It has like super high damage. Like it's
Oh, and you can
accurate
run
enough
focus perk. You
without
can run the
attachments.
focus perk. You can actually reduce your flinch with it more than you can with the FAL. Everyone's saying A tier. I'm gonna agree with you guys. I'm gonna say A tier because a semi-auto competing against like a full auto is kind of hard. Hey, what's up, 100,000
Like,
subscribers?
I think it's a slept on S tier.
Me too. I'm actually agreeing with you, but I do get what people are saying. Like I don't think
Yeah.
people are right, but I can see like why people would kind of disagree with it being all the way up in S. But I'm gonna say A tier. We could probably high A. Let's put it above the
Honestly,
FAL.
yeah, I would also say A just because
We'll
it requires
organize-
more effort than a full auto.
Yeah. Okay, so then the AX50. The AX50 I want to put in A because it's my favorite sniper rifle. I think it's the most balanced rifle in the game. It's not too heavy. It's not too heavy while hitting really hard. And so I kind of want to put the AX50 in A because the Car 98
I think that's fair.
because you can set up the AX50 to be damn near as close as fast as the car with like the right scope and tac laser and the right stock and everything, but you can one-shot somebody in the stomach. And
Yeah,
I absolutely
it's
adore it.
quick. It has a great one-shot range.
Dragunov
It
goes.
has good attachments, if I recall correctly. Like a decent selection.
Oh yeah, you can have a big magazine, long barrel, short barrel. You can customize a lot. But Dragunov, I don't see.
F.
I want to put the Dragunov in
So-
F tier, but no, we can't do that. The reason we can't do that is because that would compare it to hardpoint rounds on a striker and a crossbow, and technically those are way less viable than a semi-auto sniper. That
Okay, fine. D.
because it's a guaranteed two-shot at least.
I wouldn't say D. I also say like low C.
I'm gonna say like so low
I'd
C
say
that it's
D.
D.
Yeah, like God, it's terrible.
Its recoil is way too high, and the SKS is just a better Dragunov. If you're able to, even the EBR is a better Dragunov. If you're able to get two shots on somebody with the Dragunov, congratulations. You could have probably done it with a Deagle easier. Like, it's really... Yeah, it should be in D. It's more viable of a weapon, but it should not be in C. The HDR, I'm gonna put that.
That's a B.
That's a B. It's a more niche sniper. It's for long range. Kyle, Kyle, did you agree with the Dragunov placement on D?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean,
Okay.
I think it's an F, but yeah.
Yeah,
sure.
me too. But exactly, yeah. Practical.
It's not crossbow bad.
Yeah,
Come
that would
on.
be unfair.
I don't give a damn. It's a piece of shit.
Okay, so then let's see here.
What comes that? 1911.
Yeah, next one's 1911. But so HDR, I'm going to say B because it's so good at long range, but it's not super versatile for other game modes. The AX50 does what it does better in every other game mode, really, except Warzone or Plunder. So I'm going to say B because it's more niche, but it does do its job well. But its job is just few and far between. Dragon should be a C. Oof, nah. We'll organize this again. Don't worry, guys. M13's not a D tier. It is not a D tier gun. Yeah, a gun that fires that fast with that low of recoil that can still kill in, what is it, 260 milliseconds? That's very comparable to other weapons. It's some of the highest, but it's still very good. Like if you're below 290, you're a competitive gun, and with that low recoil, yeah. Don't argue with me about the M13, but the 1911, I love this handgun.
C.
C. Yeah,
It's my least favorite
it
handgun.
can two tap, the most consistent out of the non-hand cannon handguns. Hey, thanks for subscribing. But
yeah, like I had the least fun using the M13 when I was going for plat pistols.
yeah, the 1911, like, it can two tap in the head.
It's really the ammo count that just kills it.
The ammo count kills it. I'm gonna probably put it in D actually, just because like based on my own rules of like what makes a good gun. I like the 1911 personally, but the fact is that yeah, it kicks a lot.
I think D is a little unfair.
I mean, like, it's 50
D is.
yeah, I don't think that's
I do
fair
think
at
D
all.
is unfair, but like, I think it should be like low C.
Gonzo says the 1911 is SSS tier. Thank you.
That's is definitely C tier.
Yeah, like it's not like on par with the Dragunov.
Because it gets 50
it's not
rounds, which
that
isn't
bad.
half bad.
Yeah, thanks, Mary Beth.
You get you get access to lightweight triggers, so you can actually increase that fire rate.
Yeah, and again that
get,
two
like,
taps.
decent barrel options.
Yeah, the fire rate's kind of awkward even with lightweight trigger.
That's true, but I mean, it's there.
Kyle, where would you put the 1911?
Probably a C.
Okay, I'm gonna say 1911 is C then.
Not only that,
Might be low
the
C.
1911 as akimbo.
Oh, 1911 akimbo is pretty
We're
sick.
not counting akimbo.
Yeah, but no, we are.
Yeah,
We're talking
so I
attachments.
think it'd go in
like
C.
attachment options are a part of it, and the 1911 with akimbo
Yeah.
is really good at two tapping somebody immediately.
Yep.
But it is a C tier gun. Might be low C. 357
Oh, regular 357 D.
Yeah.
wait. Is the conversion listed as a separate gun here? It's not.
It
is.
It's snake shot.
Yeah. Okay.
Two
So
boxes
then,
over.
by itself, then I'd probably give it maybe D.
D tier, yeah.
Yeah. D.
Love the
D.
Dragunov, but
Yeah. Behind the Dragunov, because like the 357 is just a shitty deagle by itself. It's
It
just
is, yeah.
it's not good.
The X16, I want to give it F because I find it fucking annoying how it's so close to the
I
end.
don't agree with that.
No,
I
but
think it's
listen,
a C.
I would say
I'm kidding, but, like-
C tier above the 1911.
Yep.
No,
That's
Actually,
just my
C tier
opinion,
below
though.
19.
no, I know. I would
Like,
actually.
we can rearrange.
That's the thing, though, right? Is that the X16's technically better in terms of ammo capacity.
And also like the visual recoil isn't nearly as bad.
Yeah.
From what I remember.
Yep.
So I'll just put it in C above
Come back
1911.
to it later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Then the snake shot.
S.
No.
It's not S.
Not
No,
anymore.
dude.
It's
no.
a B.
I'm
For
gonna
a secondary. For a secondary.
Then I
We're
would
not
put.
comparing it to as a secondary.
Yeah,
comparing it
now
as
we
just,
are.
like, in
Yeah, we are.
general. Even as a secondary, it's not that good.
Yes, it is. Thinking about
Deagle's better.
Jason.
Yeah.
No, it's
okay,
not.
well, the thing is, like, since you're
It's
bringing
not.
akimbo before,
The only
akimbo snake shots is still pretty good.
Yeah, and that's the thing, because you can whip
Yeah.
it out, and like, so let's say you're playing on not Hackney Yard, what's the map? Gunrunner, and you're going into the bathroom, and somebody has 2 snake shots and you round the corner, you're fucked. You're still fucked. It's slept on now because people aren't using it as much because of the nerf, but it's still
But
incredibly
it still doesn't
devastating
change the fact that it's still good.
because it's so
Yeah,
easy to
but
use.
as soon as you get to like just a little far away, it's dog shit.
That's when you use your primary.
That's true, but if you have it out, but remember, we're not talking about like.
Okay, so the
Actual
Dragunov, we
situation.
said the Dragunov would be higher up because of its utility if it was a secondary, but the Snake Shot as a secondary has a lot of utility. It's a secondary shotgun where you can potentially just one-shot somebody to the chest
Yeah,
in close quarters.
it's very good for what it's meant to do.
Because the Deagle does not slap the Snake Shot where the Snake Shot lives. The Deagle can only beat a Snake Shot user in close quarters if the Snake Shot user, like, for some reason gets shot in the head. Whereas the
But
Snake...
that's right, in close quarters.
Exactly, it's a shotgun.
Like with like every other handgun, you can use it at like mid-range. You can't do that with the
Well, the thing
357
is,
snake
like-
shot.
Well, again, it's a secondary shotgun basically.
It's a secondary...
It's-
Yeah, it's a secondary shotgun that you can dual wield and run a long barrel on.
That's true, but even dual wield, that's still not that strong.
It is. I think it's stronger than you're giving it credit.
It's still
Jason
very
and I had to play
powerful.
against a guy with it on Gunrunner. That's why I brought up that point, is because I would get hit in the back once and I'd turn and then he'd fire the second one and kill me. And so it's a room clearing beast, and you don't have to take up a primary slot for it or an attachment slot. Most people don't even use their secondaries. That's another point. Most people don't even use them often unless it's an
Sure.
RPG. So the fact that you have one, you basically just have a pocket shotty. It's going in B. I almost want to put it in A. It's still very good. Because that's the thing, is that I fought somebody with it recently, and when somebody's good with it and they have the range down, they just run up to you and pop pop and you're done. And you're done, and you watch the
Yeah,
kill
like,
cam, they don't
it's
have to
basically
aim.
impossible.
Yeah. Trust me, Jake, we can private match later. And you can fight me. I'll use dual snake shot, and you'll see.
Mm-hmm.
It's like an underbarrel shotgun that I can switch to with amped.
But you need amped.
You don't need it, but because that's the thing, if I
you want
switch to it
so
already.
quickly, yeah.
Well, of course, but that's the thing is, like, if I'm already switched to it and I'm in close quarters, and you have, let's say, you have like a Grau, or you have an FAL even, you have to be so much more accurate than I do.
That's true.
I got a Sprite, kids. So I'm gonna put it in B tier because of its potential to just straight up ice somebody in close quarters faster than they can get ready for. Renetti Burst goes in C though.
It doesn't affect pistol swap speed.
What?
It does for the snake
Renetti
shot.
burst?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Renetti Burst to me is some of the most inconsistent garbage in the game. I want to put it in C above the 16, the X16, and the
I don't know.
1911.
I personally really like the Renetti burst. I don't really have many issues with it.
I have so many consistency issues with like the recoil and shit. Like I feel like I get like multiple shots from the burst on somebody, and then the delay gets me killed on the second shot.
The thing is, it's amazing it's amazing for what you need a sidearm to be amazing for in Call of Duty. Emergency pull up, really point blank, up close, it's perfect. Once you get out the range a little bit, starts dropping off.
If I could run burst with that long barrel, I would love it. But the
Oh
thing,
yeah, I would love it too, but
okay, you know, I'll put it behind Snake Shot in B tier as something you can pull out and dispatch somebody with quickly.
yeah.
But
Okay, like the thing is that like are we comparing it with the rest of the pistols, or are we comparing it with the rest of like
we're comparing it
other
as a secondary.
guns?
We're comparing it as a secondary.
Okay.
So as a
Okay.
secondary, yes, I'm okay. I'll stand down on that because Kyle's right. What you need in a secondary in Call of Duty is something you can pull out and put down damage quickly, usually in a panic state. That's my problem with the
Yeah.
burst, really. But I understand why people like the burst. So my problem
Especially
with
if
the burst
you're
is
running it dual wield.
that's the thing, and
It's-
you can do a wheel.
It's 6 bullets.
Yeah, and that's the thing too, right? Is that we gave the Snake Shot good boy points for being able to be
Wait.
dual wielded and switch too quickly.
Can I propose a change?
Okay.
Snake shot to low A tier because we still have to put the deagle in.
Ooh, you might be right. Because the Snake Shot can one shot to the chest.
Yeah, like the thing is yes, like deagle, like the snake shot, like can be like outclassed by the deagle if you're outside its range, but if you're inside its range, the snake shot wins every time, unless you're lucky with a headshot.
Right. Hey, Marco, thanks for the $5, man. UFC card or something. So they have my free time. Have a killer stream. Tell Jake to go somewhere. Hey, Jake, go somewhere. Thank you, Marco.
Maybe I will.
I'll do anything for
Take a
$5.
vacation, Jake.
Go kick rocks. Anyway,
No, we haven't gotten up to that yet.
Yeah.
We changed the order around a little bit, so.
yeah, the order's all fucked up, but it's fine. Hey, Marco,
Sup,
thank you.
boom. UFC card is
Okay.
on tonight, so they have my free time, but have a killer stream, my man. Tell Jake to go somewhere.
Thanks, Marco. Okay, so RAM.
Wait, hold on.
What's that?
Someone said if Snake Shot is A tier, the other shotguns have to do better. Like we're comparing
As a
like,
secondary.
at least the pistols with the other pistols.
We're talking not even
because it's unfair to like compare like
not even that.
like,
I'm just
a
saying
secondary
as
to like an assault rifle.
yeah, just as a secondary.
And all that.
The snake shot as a
Yeah.
secondary is A tier, whereas you have to take up a primary slot or use overkill, which gets rid of other good perks in order to run a 680. So be nice to me. I'm not being totally stupid. Okay,
Shit.
so the RAM.
Shit.
I want to give the RAM B tier.
Probably high B.
High B. I'd probably even put it above the M13 in terms of like close range ability to ice somebody. It's pretty damn good. Its DPS is 412. The M13 is like 369. Yeah, so like it's better than the M13, but it's in my opinion it's not versatile enough.
The thing with the RAM, the RAM doesn't have as much of the attachment freedom that the M4 does.
Yeah, so that's the thing. People are
The
saying
M4 is kind of like its counterpart.
yeah, the M4 has 60 round mags, has longer barrels that do more damage over range, has more controllable recoil. In my opinion, has better iron sights. The RAM doesn't have any of that, guys. If the RAM could have a
basically
60
shorter
round,
range M4.
it's a close range, faster firing M4 with less attachment options and worse recoil. That's the thing. The gotta remember, guys, the RAM has worse recoil. That's also a big thing. One of the reasons the M4 is up there is because it goes up and slightly to the right, whereas the RAM goes up and shoots to the left, and it's much harder to control. Or I might have that backwards, but it's basically the same. RAM is harder. I've made a video about it. It's slightly harder to use. It's less versatile. It's a very good gun, and it deserves to be in B, maybe even high B. But
Honestly, I'd say A.
here's the thing. The RAM is sort of a less versatile M4, and the Grau is a less versatile Kilo. That's why the M4 and Kilo are in S and A, and these are in B. They're sort of afterthoughts.
Let's see. The RAM can be controllable with the Commando foregrip. Like any gun can be controllable if you put the right attachments
That's
on.
the thing. It's like, yeah, and if you're talking about attachments, then the M4 has all of the best attachments in the game. Grenadier barrel, marksman barrel, monolithic suppressor, 60-round mags, stocks for anything you could want, almost every optic choice. It's a better gun. Where do you find this? I'll put the link in the thingy. Yeah, I see you, Vortex. You don't gotta spam, bud. So, like, no, the RAM... I'm talking statistics, kids, by the way. I'm not talking about my personal feelings align with the statistics, but essentially, it's not any better than the M4 other than it shoots a little faster. But that's what's crazy, too, is that, like, it only kills, like, roughly 10 milliseconds faster if you're landing all shots. So, I don't know. Games of Summer, I think it's kind of lame. I think doing trials is kind of stupid. I want to put the FR556 in high A.
I won't comment on this one because I find the gun to be really inconsistent. So
Yeah, if you guys watched my latest video, I used the FR556 in that gameplay, and with the right attachment setup, like, it's godly. It is a fussy gun. That's the problem. It's fussy, but I'm not going to go into a game with a naked FR anyway. So I'm not going to talk about the FR by itself. Technically, it's less versatile. In fact, I put it probably slightly... probably below the FAL, but kind of I tie them together. I think of the FAL and FR556 as being very good potential weapons. Because
like the it's able to like just completely melt you, but like if you miss one shot, you're dead.
yeah, in a gunfight where you're being shot at, yes. If you're being attacked and you miss a burst, you're kind of fucked. But if you land the burst, that person literally just took 1,000 round. They took 3 rounds at 1,000 RPM faster than they can like react, and out to a good range too. And really, the only attachments you need, guys, to get consistent one shots with the FR or one bursts is longest barrel, commando grip. That's only 2 attachments. Then everything else is sort of what I like, and where it gets fussy is like how much ammo do I want? Do I like the iron sights? Not really. So I want to put it in A because of my success with the weapon and how fighting a good FR player is kind of terrifying. Me too. I hope that the Cold War...
It's the only assault rifle I don't have maxed out, so I can't really comment on it.
Fair enough. Okay, I want to put Odin... The Odin is good.
I want to say C tier for the Odin, just because it's not really...
But
It's just
But like you use it as a DMR, it's
low
not terrible.
B, low B.
I'm gonna put it in C because it is really clunky. It's very slow. Really, the SKS, FAL are better versions of it in a lot of ways. Because like the Odin, it does have a pretty good skill ceiling, but you're also kind of limiting yourself by choosing it in the first place. So it's a good gun. I'm not saying none of these guns are... Actually, the only guns I don't like so far are just D and F. Everything else here I would use.
Is usable and like not too bad.
In fact, the only gun here I don't usually pick is like the HDR and like X16. Everything else here I play with occasionally. So if the FR56 is A, then so is the Odin? No, not even close. So the FR556 puts 3 rounds out at 1,000 RPM. The Odin can 2-shot, but so can the SKS. It, compared to other ARs and other DMRs, is pretty lackluster, very clunky, very heavy. It's fun. It's just
slow fire rate too.
That's fire. What is it?
Slow fire doesn't help.
Yeah, the Odin firing at
like the thing is
435 RPM. Fuck.
Yeah, it's one thing to just look at numbers. It's another thing to actually play with the weapons.
It's true, but like the thing is, my experience with it lines up with the numbers really well. And if you and the thing about the Odin is if you accidentally whoopsie doopsie land a limb shot. Whilst like in a really intense gunfight, people are jumping around and shit. The moment you land a limb shot, all of the Odin's potential is out the window, and you're gonna start 3-shotting. But it kills at around 138 milliseconds, which is nice. But like the SKS, the SKS kills at about the same speed, with the right, a little bit higher, I guess, is what Ace's numbers show here. But the thing is I would much rather go into combat with literally, like in Modern Warfare, with any of these guns above the Odin. But it is a good gun. Oh boy, the AUG 556. I want to put it in B tier because it's a...
I haven't used that one in a while.
I used it recently. I know the potential of it. It's versatile. It can have 60 rounds. It's compact. It's nice. I just think that like... It technically is the worst 5.56 rifle in the game, and you can't even just like... And you have to waste an attachment to get it there, too. Potential is what you're talking about? Yeah, but the FAMAS has way higher potential. The FAMAS is much easier to use. The FAMAS is much more versatile. The FAMAS, again, fires a burst at 1,000 RPM, and then can have a 60-round magazine. The Odin, highest, can have a 30-round magazine, and it's 2-shotting people like a DMR, sure, but why wouldn't I just use the SKS? And to keep the Odin's range and accuracy, you have to slow it down even more. Again, why am I not using an SKS in this scenario? If the Odin is A tier, then everything is A tier. The Odin is a very clunky, bulky gun. The FR556 is a way easier to use weapon with way more... The FAMAS is much more versatile than the Odin. It is much more versatile than the Odin. And you can swap the... Oh, by the way, and you can swap the FAMAS to semi-auto, and it's one of the better semi-autos in the game when you do that. I forgot to mention that earlier. It's comparable to the FAL. Yeah, the Odin has... If the FAMAS has no versatility, then the Odin has no versatility. And no, the AUG 556 is actually the worst 5.56 gun in the game, Galaxy. I'm sorry, but it is so far from S tier. It's good, but let's see, the AUG 5.56 can kill at around 400. So it's 466 DPS. It can kill in around 176 milliseconds. So many of these other guns can, yeah, they actually kill a little slower. So I guess that means they shoot faster. They have such better fire rates. The M4, the Kilo, the Odin, the Ram, the Grau, they fire faster. And they're keeping up with it in that case. So the AUG is good and close with 5.56. It's not bad if you're able to land that 3-shot. But like, it's not great. The M4
Really,
has
Galaxy.
I think Galaxy's
Really?
trolling. M4 has too much recoil. Okay. I'm not gonna make a video of the tier list. I'm just gonna upload this as a video. Okay. AK-47.
Hold on.
What's
Fire
up?
rate's only an advantage if you can't aim.
No, fire rate's an advantage. Welcome to the real world. You can posture all you want about how good your aim is, but the thing is that fire rate will beat good aim every time in the right quarters. Now, obviously, a Kar 98 is better than an MP5 at long range, but an MP5 is better most of the time. Rate of fire plus low recoil is versatility. That's a fact. So when you have versatility versus non-versatility, you can have your high skill all you want. But that's why you don't see people running around with Odins, is because they don't want to work harder than their enemies for really quite diminishing returns. But getting into the AK-47, I want to give the AK-47 A tier, personally.
I can't comment on it. I was never good with it.
I want
I
to
could
give it...
definitely say A tier.
I'd say it's a lower A tier, yeah.
I want to say it's A tier because its ability... Because the thing is, it has a nice 40-round magazine. It can two-shot headshot at crazy long distances. And the thing is that its recoil always seems to want to just go kiss somebody's face. Like, I get so many headshots with the AK. Diminishing returns... If your logic is as simple as a kill, and you don't know how to read diminishing returns in gameplay with guns and stuff, then make your own tier list. Because then everything would just be... Every one of these weapons would be S tier because a kill is a kill, right? Like, yeah, the Dragunov can two-shot somebody, so can the SKS, so why would I use Dragunov over the SKS? If you can't argue that, then... Talking about diminishing returns, that's an important subject. I want to put it in high B tier almost because I know its rate of fire is kind of dog shit. But its damage, It
has some insane range.
It has some really good range, but the recoil does hurt its range potential. But you throw a long barrel on there.
I was gonna say its conversion ability. You basically,
Yeah, and that's the thing
so
too.
good.
We're gonna get to its conversion kit later, but even just
the
talking about
conversion's its own thing.
yeah, but we're talking about just like its long barrel, like a Romanian barrel and a monolithic suppressor and a good sight. Holy shit, the AK slaps people in the head. Like you can three-shot at crazy distances with the AK. I want to give it A tier. I want to give it A tier so bad. It's one of my.
It is A tier.
It is. It really fucking is. Like It shouldn't be, but it is, because we're coming up to the Scar here, and I want to put the Scar in C tier. Because the Scar would be better than the AK. In terms of fire rate, similar damage profiles. It's ammo. Its ammo
sucks.
Ammo, yep.
That's heartbreaking, too, because I would love to use a Scar in this game, and I do use it occasionally because I like the Scar as a platform. I like the way it looks and sounds and all that, but it's like, I'm sorry, it's not good. I don't want to put Scar in B tier because it's not a B tier weapon. It doesn't fit. I don't know. To me, the Scar
and especially for a gun with that little ammo, it doesn't reload fast.
And it doesn't reload fast. And with the right attach, like when you speed up the bullet velocity and you try to make it better at what it's good at, you turn it into an LMG. Like if you watch Exclusive Ace's video on it, it gets LMG level movement speed if you put like a long barrel on it. And then it's then you're dragging ass, and you don't even have.
LMGs are faster than that.
Yeah. There are some LMGs that are faster or kill faster. It's in fact actually, for Warzone, I know for sure it's the worst TTK gun you can use. Like it's one of the worst. I think it's like 350 DPS. It's a pretty bad DPS. 350 DPS is only comparable to the Grau, but the Grau can fire much faster. So it's not good. I wish it was, guys, but it's just not good. And if it could have a 40 round mag and was lighter on its feet, I would love it, but I want to give it C. A lot of you are saying Scar is B, but there's nothing when I think of the Scar, I don't think of the Grau or the AUG or the Ram or the M13, guns that have this level of like meta versatility that even the AK somehow manages to have. Exactly. Okay, where is that 5.56? Low B tier? We might move it to low B tier. Maybe we'll do high C tier for the Scar for now. Oh, the MP5. Okay, let's just throw that in S above the M4 and move on.
Let's keep going.
MP7 is certainly A tier.
A.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fairly high A.
Yeah. The MP7, for those of you who are not aware, the MP7 fires at 968 rounds per minute and is capable of getting a 4-shot kill, which is 186 millisecond time to kill. 186 millisecond time to kill. The M13 is a 260 time to kill weapon. The M4 is 216. Okay? The MP7, 186. It is getting a 4-shot kill at almost 1,000 rounds per minute in a tight, low recoil, versatile package with lots of attachments.
One of them being a 60-round mag.
Yeah, that's the thing too. The MP7 is it's better than almost every gun in the SMG category because it fires stupid quick, and it can have a 60-round mag. It fires faster than the P90, which I'm now going to put in B tier. Good middle ground. The B tier is a good.
Yeah, like B's. Because like normally C would be average, but I would say B is average, so I would put the P90 there.
Yeah, that's where I'd want to put it.
And I really like the P90, and it's average.
Yeah, its only real benefit is its sprint to fire speed potential, but like other than that, the MP7 out fucking guns it, and then it also has more ammunition. So it's just better, and I hate to say it because I wish it wasn't. But P90 would probably go if we're gonna organize this later. I know.
Jumping Moose, we're gonna reorganize. It's not under the Renetti.
Yeah, I think I'd probably put it like somewhere there, but we'll figure it out later. The Bison.
Oh, D tier.
Jade, you can't comment.
D tier.
You're not allowed. You're not allowed to comment.
D tier.
Statistically, it's a very solid gun. Statistically, it's solid. It has good sustained fire. It's not meta.
I'd say C.
B.
Like a high C.
I want to give it C. I want to give it C.
The thing with the Bison, it doesn't really have that much attachments, or like
it doesn't
have a grip because it doesn't have a
it has super low recoil.
You can't
though.
really.
It has super low recoil. It has control. Okay.
I'd probably say low B or high C.
Well, it typically 4 shots and it has a slow fire rate. So
typically 4 shots, but it has 84 rounds in its magazine.
That's true, but then you just get a 60-round M4, or a 60-round kilo, or anything with 60 rounds, and then
they don't move as fast. The only gun that I can really think that just
and also you don't have to sacrifice an attachment for the basic 60 rounds.
Yeah, you get default 60 rounds right off. Actually, what is the default magazine size?
Like
60.
It's 60. Yeah, it's higher than P90.
Yeah, it's crazy high. Its thing is sustained fire, and it does that very well. I'm not gonna. It's still in C tier to me. It's still in C tier. I mean, all you need to do is you put like the 8.7-inch steel barrel on it. Maybe do a no stock to get some more movement speed.
People are saying 64 rounds.
Is it 64?
Is it? It might be.
Okay.
Yeah, if it was 64, it's a nice.
That's a nice amount.
Nice common number.
That's the thing is it's got this nice. It's got a nice sustained. It's a sustained fire SMG. Let's just be honest. It's a sustained fire SMG. Because of that rate of fire, you can keep putting rounds down a hallway for a long time. It's gonna take you a while to get through that mag. I don't like the gun, but it's at least high C or low B. But the Uzi with the .41 AE rounds, I want to put in low A.
That's an A tier.
That's a conversion.
Solid.
Right? The conversion Uzi is very good.
So good.
Yeah, it can 3-shot at a sweet distance. Oh my gosh. It has such good DPS too. Wow. For a gun with that low of a rate of fire. Okay, let me tell you the difference between it. It fires roughly the same speed, but it deals over like 60 RPM. It's like 60 RPM faster than 60 RPM. I'm an idiot. Sorry guys. It's 60 DPS. 60 damage per second higher than the base Uzi. It's crazy. And I guess we'll put the striker in D tier.
Yeah, regular striker.
No, you know what? I want to put it in low C for now because it is. We were talking about this earlier, right?
Really?
Remember, we were talking about it is usable with the right attachments. It's certainly a usable gun. It's not something that is complete.
It is usable. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not complete counter meta. And if we're gonna put other like sort of these 3-shot potential guns here, these guns that can C list is honestly like it's a list of guns that I would say are bad. Pretty bad meta-wise, but are very usable.
Yeah, like people won't really yell at you for using them.
Yeah, they're fine. Base Uzi kind of goes ahead of the striker.
Oh god, I don't like the base Uzi.
Yeah,
like,
it
at
goes
all.
ahead of the striker, probably like behind the Odin gist, but it's still C tier. I don't think anyone's gonna argue with that. Why is there another striker here? What is this?
I would probably skip that one then.
Yeah, that's a doo doo.
Oh yeah, I did see an extra snake shot too.
Oh yeah, I see that as well. All right, Holger. I cannot wait.
Oh.
I cannot wait to get chewed out in the chat or my comment section for putting the Holger in F tier. Fuck the Holger.
It's a
Everybody.
good baseball bat. I
It's a-
discovered its purpose today.
Yes, it is a great baseball bat. The Holger at this point in the game is a B tier.
Really?
Yes. I mean, no. Low B. I mean, maybe
High
C.
C.
Maybe
High
mid
C.
C. Maybe D. Perhaps F. Let's not talk about the Holger. The Holger is nothing. There's nothing about the Holger that's outrageously cool.
Every other
The
LMG is
baseball
better.
bat.
So that's the thing is like it's just basically now you pick the Bruin for sustained fire and accuracy, and you pick the Holger for movement speed. So I want to give it a high C. It's fine. The Holger is
I'd say mid C because it just doesn't have any good attachments for like the barrel. All it
Yeah,
has is radius.
That's the thing, when you-
we still have to rank the other
range.
yeah.
LMGs.
When you
so have to do
convert the
other ones.
Holger into an AR, when you guys convert the Holger into an AR or whatever like that, you put the 30 round mag on there. Doesn't count as a
Yeah.
conversion kit. When you do that, you shorten the barrel. You're hurting your damage range and bullet velocity to make it into a shitty 5.56 rifle.
Yeah, so it sucks.
And MP5 with 10mm, also S tier. M4 with SOCOM. C?
I say B tier.
I want to say
I say
C.
B tier, honestly.
It fits.
I haven't used it too much. I don't know.
I've been using it a lot. Well, I used it a lot like a couple months ago, I guess, but I used it a lot. And I want to put it in C. It's in the list of these guns that, yes, they can do pretty damn good things, but they're not meta. They don't have enough ammo. That's the thing. The SOCOM doesn't have enough ammo. If I'm going to pick on the Odin for having a 20-round mag, I'm definitely picking on the SOCOM. Because, one, the SOCOM takes up an attachment slot immediately by just being itself. Then, it only has 10 rounds in the magazine. Then, it doesn't two-shot by default and cannot get one-shot headshots.
That's true.
It's
You have a good
really-
point. You have a good point.
And then also, the SOCOM rounds are at their best, not when used like a DMR, but instead when built for accuracy and then fully automatic, like just full autoing somebody. It has
Yeah.
some of the best DPS in the game when you full auto somebody. In fact, it kills in 3 shots at 184 milliseconds. Its DPS is 522 damage per second. That is an incredible amount of damage that this gun can put out in full auto. It's just that 10-round magazine sucks, and it can't one-shot headshot, and it can't two-shot at long ranges. So it's fun. It's fun, but it's got potential, but that's it. 9mm, A tier. 9mm, the 9mm M4 is absolutely fucking A tier.
It's a
Oh,
lot.
I saw someone in chat ask where the AMAX was. This tier list is a little bit outdated.
This tier list is a little outdated.
Not everything's going to be there.
We're gonna have to do another one with the updated guns. We're gonna have to do another one of these soon. Probably after the next weapon patch or whatever, we'll do another tier list. SOCOM gives purpose to burst perk. That's a joke. You remove all of the SOCOM rounds' versatility when you put on burst, and you always end up with a random round at the end. You're gonna
It's
use
just for novelty,
yeah. I mean, yeah,
which is fun.
yeah, it's fun, but but either way, the Scar and Free For All would be pretty good because you're likely gonna attack one target at a time, and they might already be injured by somebody else. So the Scar, it would be pretty good in Free For All, I'd imagine. I mean, I enjoyed using the M91 in recoil for the same reason, so it's fine. No, but burst really does suck. You really are losing all of its versatility. But the AK-47 with 5.45mm ammunition is the first gun from this list to go into S tier. That is not an M4 or an MP5. I am happy to put the 5.45 rounds there. They fire at 690 RPM. They can get a 3-shot kill, and I'm kidding. It's A tier. I'm just fucking with you guys. It's good A tier, but it's it's good.
It's not S tier.
It's not S tier. It's super fucking good, but it's not S tier. But that is a
I'm gonna have to give that a try. I just haven't used the AK very much. So
dude, after they buffed the
try that out.
conversion kit, dude, it gets a 3-shot kill faster. It's a better SCAR. And you see, like, okay, the SCAR can only have a maximum of 30 rounds of ammunition, right? Use the 5.45 conversion on the AK, it's a better SCAR immediately. It's killing in 3 shots. It has amazing headshot multipliers, and it fires 90 RPM faster than the SCAR, and it has much better sights. But yeah, it's a solid gun. The 680 I'm putting in S tier, and nobody can tell me no. The 680 is a gun that I believe is currently it's the best balanced shotgun in the game. No weird quirks, no ammo limitations, no bad damage, no inconsistencies for me at least. With a 5 milliwatt laser and the longest barrel, the Model 680 is an S tier shotgun. No weird, like, with the R9, you have to kind of fuck with it because of the double barrel bullshit. The 725, you only get 2 shots. The Origin 12, you have to pepper fucking people forever. The VLK Rogue, again, peppering people forever. The Model 680 is the only shotgun in the game that I can consistently round a corner and blap somebody as consistently. As that consistently. The 680 is amazing at that. The model is very consistent. If you have trouble with the consistency of the model, your aim either sucks or you're using the wrong attachments. I have been playing with it since launch through every tweak it's ever gotten, which I think is very little. And I will tell you, it is an incredibly solid gun. And it can have fire shells and slugs. It's a solid gun.
It's pretty fun with slugs.
It is very fun with slugs. Now the R9 is okay. So I'm gonna rant about the R9 for just a second. Like I haven't been ranting this whole stream, but I'm gonna rant about the R9 for a second. The R9 is essentially a shotgun that removes. You would think it removes the issue of having to land 2 shots with a pump action by having 2 shots per pump, right? The problem with that is that introduces a new problem of when you get a 1-shot kill, you need to fire again in order to rack it and make sure that you have 2 shells in. If you do not have 2 shells, then the R9 is dog shit. And also, why would I use a pump shotgun that wants me to have to hit twice when I could use a pump shotgun that wants me to hit once? It's better with Dragon's Breath, and that's why it's going in B. It can certainly slap people, but while trying to solve the issue of the issues of a pump action shotgun in a video game, it added a new issue where you have to kind of fuss with it. You have to 2-tap every time, exactly, and I don't want to 2-tap every time. I don't want to burn through my ammo for a weird mechanic, and also the reason it can 2-tap that fast is because it usually needs about 2 shots to kill. The 680, I'll just 1-shot with it. The Dragon's Breath might be a buff, but honestly, today I fought somebody using the R9 with Dragon's Breath, and they had to hit me 3 times at a range that I think I could have 1-shotted them with a fully ADS 680. So maybe
that Luchador would only about 1-tap you if he was sliding right into your butt.
Yeah, they have to slide right into you. It's not a bad shot. Because what people are excited about with the fire shells, right, is that they can get 2 at you really quickly. It's the first shotgun in this game that can get 2 at you really quickly, other than the VLK, but the VLK has crappy everything. So it's great that you can get 2 fire shells out at once, but yeah, I think it's bad. And also, if I'm gonna use a gun that I need to 2-tap and then reload, obviously that reload's slower than a pump. I'd use the 725, and the 725 is an A tier.
Mm-hmm.
It's a mid A tier.
I agree with that whole statement.
Thank you. Everything I say is right. Kyle said it here. So
725 wise, yes.
Yes. So I'm not taking opinions on shotguns, because also the Origin goes in bottom C tier, maybe even D tier, because of you know what, VLK Rogue goes in D tier, Origin goes in C tier, because at least the Origin can have 25 rounds. Yeah, the VLK is bad.
Origin's VLK is baby. It's
honestly, I think personally, I think the Origin is low B tier just because of the drum mag that you can put on it.
But its fire rate is so awkward. It's such an awkward fire rate.
And then the drum mag is only like super convenient if the map is super CQB and you know.
There's so many
constant
times I've
enemies
gotten
coming
4
at
hit
you.
markers with the Origin. Max range set up on the
That
Origin,
too, yeah.
and I'll just go doof, 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 and then they're
The only
not
time
dead.
I ever got in a good groove with that was in face-off matches, like in the new small maps and shit.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
with the Isle 9, basically stuff like that.
Yeah, it's I maybe low B or maybe higher C because of its ability to just keep putting out a wall of pellets. But I do think that it's kind of a garbage shotgun. And the thing is, the amount of people that like I don't use it as much as people use it against me. And it's funny when I get shot at with it. If I'm not in the same room with somebody, I just get hit, and I'm able to react. And the Origin might do well in Warzone, but not yes and no. I think it's I don't know. The range on the Origin and the VLK make me not want to use them. I have to be so up close, and they take up a primary slot, guys. These aren't snake shot secondaries. If the VLK Rogue was a secondary, I'd probably slide into A, but it's not.
Oh yeah.
Especially because like the fire rate of the VLK.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this thing. If we all had a shotgun battle, and whoever has a 725, whoever has a 680, they're going to win that shotgun duel.
That sounds fun. Dibs on 725.
Dibs on 680.
I use an R9.
Dylan would want the R9.
I will pass. I will pass.
Yeah, passing's an option.
Just melee.
Sorry, M91, you are going in D tier because there is no reason for you to be in the game.
There really isn't.
The MG34.
I say C tier.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say C.
see, like the thing that kills it is the
ammo and the reload.
slowness.
Yeah, and
Even the
speed.
iron sight. The iron sight screws it.
Yeah, it's really one of my least
Weird-ass
favorite guns.
fucking stick.
Yeah, I think but it fits in. These are all guns. Again, C list is all guns I
love
can
it, though.
use. Yeah, these are all guns I can use, but they're kind of shit. SOCOM round, Scar, MG34, Striker.
MG34 is there twice.
Yeah, it is. I don't know what that's all about. M91, let's see. PKM is certainly A tier. Oh, you know what?
S.
Let's put the PKM in S. Come on,
Yeah.
It
guys.
honestly is S.
It's
the
time-
snatch
It's
grip.
very good.
The
It's so
snatch
good.
grip. The
It's-
snatch grip is not fair.
It's long. Stop saying snatch.
Yeah, because it's ADS speed and recoil control. Like that's
It's-
ridiculous.
ESP and recoil, the two things you
Oh,
want.
the speed, the recoil control, the fact that it's the only LMG that exists with that rate of fire that can 3-shot anymore. The Bruin doesn't exist anymore.
It comes with 100 rounds.
and it comes with 100
Wow.
rounds. Yeah, the PKM was amazing before the Bruin came in. The Bruin outshined it, and now the Bruin got nerfed, and now the PKM is fan-fucking-tastic. It's an S-tier LMG. The S87 is, in my opinion, a B tier. Because
B-tier,
it
yeah.
doesn't give a shit what part of the body you hit. And it is the only LMG in the fucking game that can 2-shot to the body. It can kill in 97 milliseconds. Kids, if you do not like the SA-87, you are sleeping. You are asleep. You need to be woke. It is one of the better guns in the game. Its fire rate sucks. Its speed sucks. But it doesn't care where you shoot somebody. In terms of damage output, SA-87, I'm going to put like high B. Hip firing the MG34 is the most fatherland thing you can do in the game. I know we're missing some of the new guns here, but
yeah, it's outdated.
wish I could add some stuff.
So we
to it.
suggest that we
But
use
we
extras
can
as some
talk
of the
about
weapons not available.
we can talk about them afterwards.
We'll talk about them. EBR 14. Sorry, you go in D tier because the SKS kicked your ass and left you naked. Joker.
There's no point in the EBR.
I want to put the
anymore.
Joker. I want to put the Joker in C tier because it's a launcher that can potentially. It's basically a Predator missile
It's
that you.
super situational.
It's super situational, but it can devastate an enemy team if somebody's really annoying with it. Same with the Strela P.
Yep.
EBR is still good. Why use the EBR when you have an SKS or a FAL?
Yeah,
FAL
Like,
does
why would you use
it was
it?
already a hard to use gun because of its recoil and its rate of fire. It already was counter meta, and then they added just better DMRs.
Whoops.
Even the I would rather use the Odin than the EBR in terms of yeah, it's good. You can use it, but like, it's not good. You shouldn't use it. The M19 is my S tier. This is my personal S tier.
Yeah, that's a S tier pistol.
S tier. The M19 has the largest
Or
magazine.
high A.
Maybe high A, but if we,
High
you
A
know
or
what?
low S tier.
You know what? Yeah, you're right. We're gonna put the M19 in high A, and we're gonna put the Deagle in S tier. And I'll get to that in a minute. Let's just finish this out real fast, actually, then talk about the choices. So the RPG is also
PG, S tier.
S tier. The Pila is A tier, just because of its ease of use.
And then that's the last one.
Okay. The reason the Deagle is my S tier choice is because with lightweight trigger, you can get 2 shots off fast enough that you can kill somebody in 2 shots. You know, you can do that, but it has that 1-shot headshot potential. When I whip out my Deagle, that person has basically 2 options: get 1-shotted or get 2-shotted. Renetti. Oh, I just realized this tier list doesn't have base Renetti.
Oh, really?
Oh, it doesn't. Okay. Well, no, the M19 is better than the Renetti anyway. The M19 fires faster. The M19 has more ammo. And those 2 things right there are what you want in a secondary because they kill around the same shots. In fact, the M19 kills in 3 shots.
Yeah, when it comes to pistols, I'd say the Renetti falls in between the Deagle and the X16.
Yeah, it's somewhere in there. But to me, it's like... So, because that's the thing, is like the X16 is essentially the bad TTK version of the M19 and has less ammo.
Yeah, and the base Renetti without burst is basically like between the M19 and X16.
Somebody made a good point. Why put the EBR behind the Dragunov when I said the EBR is a better Dragunov? You're right. The EBR is ahead of the Dragunov on this list.
We're gonna readjust.
We're readjusting. In
Yeah.
fact, okay. So let's look through the tiers one by one to make this kind of uniform here at the end. So MP5, 10mm, M4, 680, PKM, 50GS, and RPG. That all makes sense to me as an S tier list.
Wait. So are we ordering now, or are we just gonna go through first?
I'm going through. I'm gonna order as I go through. I think this is fine.
Oh, okay.
There's only a couple guns I would maybe move to S tier, and I will list them. Potentially the Kar 98, potentially the AX50 as a sniper rifle. I think if we were going to make a sniper rifle S tier, it should be the AX50.
SKS.
SKS maybe as well. So if we're gonna pick a marksman rifle, maybe SKS, sniper, AX50. If I had to pick another AR, it would probably be the Kilo. I'd probably put the Kilo in S tier, just because it is essentially it's the M4 but lower rate of fire but much lower recoil, and so much easier to use. So for our A tier is Kilo, AK conversion kit, M19, MP7, SKS, FAL, FR556, 725, M4 9mm, AX50, Snake Shot, 357, the AK-47, the Uzi with 41 AE rounds, and the Pila. I agree with this. I don't mind our S or A tiers. These are all guns that like I would probably pick if somebody said square up. And then B tier and C tier are like B tier is my fun picks. C tier is my second batch of fun picks. And again, you guys feel free to interrupt me and stop me when I get to a gun you don't want in that tier. So B tier being the AUG, Grau, Ram,
I do think the Renetti should move up a little bit, but that's my opinion.
Where would you put it in B?
The thing is, like honestly, I don't really have any of the issues that you have with it, so I would say A or at least high B.
Okay.
Oh yeah, for the chat talking. The Galil is not on this tier list.
Yeah, we don't have
the tier list is outdated.
This
But
is
we can go through later and talk about
honestly. It's just to quickly discuss it.
We'll talk about where we'd put it and everything, yeah, for sure.
it. You'll do that later.
Let's see. I don't know. Like, the thing with the Renetti Burst, I guess it is good as a secondary, so maybe I will put it more towards high B. I think I'll put the AUG behind the Grau and the Ram. I think I'll put the SA-87 above the AUG. I know they all do different things. It's hard to compare some weapons because, like, obviously, like an R90 is not the same as an M13. Like, you really can't. They're not comparable weapons. But it is important to look at their differences and like where they stand against all of the weapons. I like our B tier. I know for some players the Kar 98 should be S tier, and to me the AX50 should be S tier.
I think you should move the car up to A tier.
I think we put the Kar in A tier to make it above the MK2. I think we put the AX50. I want to put the AX50 in S tier. I think it is the best sniper rifle in the game.
Yeah, just as a sniper, yeah.
As a sniper, I think
because, it's unfair to compare it to like with an assault rifle, so you have to compare it to other snipers.
Yeah, I'm gonna put that there. We basically, and if we had to pick let's just do that. What about one gun, at least one gun per category? Then bam, then we have MP5, M4, Model 680, PKM, 50GS, RPG, AX50, SKS. That's one gun from each category, am I right?
Just about, I think.
Just about, other than special, which is like riot shield, knife, and crossbows and stuff.
Yeah, it's...
And it's hard too, because like practicality versus like player skill has to it has to be brought up, but it can't be brought into question when reviewing a gun. Like the Kar 98 is a bolt action weapon with 5 rounds. An amazing player will destroy the lobby with it. An okay player will occasionally hit you with it. It's not something. It's hard to take it into account because, to me, I think the Kilo in some cases is better than the M4 just because it requires no work on the side of the player. It is third grade math, the rifle. But I can't go into that. I can't go because if I just went off of me, S87 would be part of my S tier, my personal S tier. But I'm trying to be objective while mixing in all of our experiences and opinions at once.
People in chat want a knife ranking. If we could add a tier, I would put the knife in the delete this from the game tier.
I'd put the knife in like.
You sound mad.
I'd put knife in F tier.
Knives are stupid. They have no place.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't mind
because you can just negate a gunfight by like if someone gets like 2 shots on you, you can just knife them.
I will say
okay.
Put a knife in your pocket.
In core mode it is difficult, but sword S tier for sword tier. Cali sticks in fun tier. M14 bottom of C tier. I don't want to put the M14 in C tier because it's not good. It doesn't do anything. There's nothing that that weapon does better than anything else in the game. It can get a one-shot headshot across the map. Okay, fine. It goes in C tier. It goes behind the Strela. You know? Scar B tier? Nah, Scar stays in C. Because the Scar is literally the AK conversion kit without any of the sex appeal. Riot Shield would probably go in D tier as something that can be viable.
Delete this from the game tier.
God damn it. AK is only slightly faster. The conversion kit for the AK is just better Scar. It's statistically, like, by the way, guys, I'm not talking completely out of my ass. I've done research. I have charts. Okay? I've done studies. All right, guys. You know, I'm gonna put the Striker 45 HP in F tier again. There's 2 Strikers in there. What makes the M4 9mm? Yeah, M4 9mm in A tier? Let me tell you, little Timmy. M4 9mm fires at 1,034 rounds per minute. Oh wait, why is that screen blocked off for you? Oh, that's right, I have it pulled. Sorry, you guys can't see this. My bad. The M4 9mm fires at 1,034 RPM and can kill in 4 shots, equaling a time to kill of 174 milliseconds. If you are able to mix in a headshot or 2, you can potentially kill in 3 shots at 116 milliseconds. I don't know if you guys know this, but rate of fire allows for tighter grouping when sweeping a target. So if a target is moving quickly and you spread, instead of your bullets looking something like this, they look more like this. Okay? That's essentially why you want rate of fire. When you can get a gun that's as accurate, and low recoil as the M4 with 9mm, and you sweep somebody, the ease of use is just there. It's perfect. So, I don't know. Weapon stat chart. This is Exclusive Ace's official weapon stat chart that he created from all of his hand testing. So there you go. And I trust his hand testing because he constantly updates things if he's wrong. Unlike Drifter. I didn't say that. Anyway. I'm sorry. Drifter pronounced stippled grip as stippled grip. I will not listen to his in-depth videos.
I don't know how many times I've heard that.
Right? Not enough. Gotta move this tracking thing.
Okay. If you want, I can read through the DLC weapons that aren't in the list, and then you can talk about those.
Okay, so I have the guns right here.
Okay.
I can do that for you here. So for SMGs, I would put the Fennec, and I put the Fennec in B tier. I would put low B, as a niche gun that can do something up close. The ISO would go in bottom C because it
I think bottom C is fair.
It succeeds at nothing except for faster reloads. When it comes to shotguns, we're good.
Fast
Assault
reloads
rifles.
are fun though.
Yes, those reloads are fun. Okay, AN-94 probably would be high B.
High A. Oh.
High A.
I'd say bottom A.
Wait. Sorry. Which one? The AMAX or AN-94?
AN-94.
Oh, sorry. Okay. I don't have that unlocked, so I don't know.
Okay, yeah, AN-94 is it's good until you miss that hyperburst, and so it makes it it niches up the gun quite a bit. Unfortunately, I do like it.
It does, but you can always start that hyperburst up again just by laying it on the trigger and then pulling it back down.
You can.
Shit, it's really good.
But then there's like other guns that like I'd rather use. That's the thing. Is like the thing is that like
That's
yes,
true.
the hyperburst can kill really fast, incredibly fast. That is. But the problem comes from the fact that if you miss that hyperburst, you basically have a shitty AK the moment you start holding the trigger down. It's a good gun, but it's very. I would say that's why I say high B. It has great potential, but if you fuck up, you're fucked up.
I still think it's like bottom A because if you fuck up, you say that you fucked up, you're kind of you ruined your chances, but you can always start the hyperburst again.
Yeah, but the FAMAS...
It's not only for the first 3 rounds of the magazine, it's the first 3 rounds you shoot.
I know. But then when you hold the trigger down, then you're firing at 500 RPM. You're firing crappy AK.
I know, and that's why you let go of the trigger and then hit it again.
I guess
so
it's
you
actually
can get the hyperburst back.
571 RPM, which is slightly faster than the AK, but it just still is like... Yeah, you can restart the burst, but if I'm going to be bursting something at somebody, why don't I use an SKS, an FAL, or a FAMAS? If I'm just going to be recentering my finger every time. And for anyone, I'm not looking at the chat, but if you say put it in burst fire mode, you are actually decreasing your rate of fire by a considerable amount. Because
you're adding in burst delay.
You add in burst delay. You don't have burst delay with the basic AN-94, so it is good. It has good potential, so that's why I want to say high B. Because high B has stuff like the SA, the Grau, the Ram, the Renetti Burst, stuff that can slap somebody, but maybe doesn't do it consistently enough to get up to A. And if consistency is the name of the game with A, which it is, M4 9mm, Snake Shot, AK-47, these are things that are good at their jobs. The AN-94 really isn't good at its job. The FR556 and FAMAS, sorry, those two are the same things. The FAMAS and the FAL are better at the AN-94's job than the AN-94. Yes, exactly. The conversion kit fires faster as well. And so the AMAX would definitely be A tier.
It's high A.
I'd say high A.
It's so easy.
It's below the FR, but it's above the 725 M4 9mm AK-47 base. It's better than the AK-47 base and the SCAR, but it's not better than the...
I think it's on par with like the Kilo.
No. Statistically, no. I know what you mean. It's good, but
in terms of feel. In terms of feel.
Yeah, it is a very consistent feeling gun. 645 RPM's not bad. But the AK conversion kit, just so you guys know, the AK conversion kit is a better AMAX. If you don't have the AMAX unlocked, don't sweat it. You can just use the conversion kit AK and have a better statistical experience the whole way through. So I put the AMAX probably around A, probably mid A. It doesn't succeed at everything.
It's very easy.
The Fin LMG. God damn it. The Fin LMG with its adverse barrel it might be S tier.
S tier easy, at least in my opinion.
Yeah, I would say at least low S tier. You're
separating the adverse and non-adverse.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
conversion kit. That's a straight up conversion kit. So Fin adverse is like S tier. Fin standard is probably B tier. And then chainsaw, if you count a chainsaw as its own thing, that's probably C tier, but high C tier because it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Fin without adverse I wouldn't say it's that low. It's still very usable without adverse.
Oh, without adverse, it's still very usable, but it's technically firing slower than it's just a shitty PKM. That's why I put it around like B.
Yeah, it's not D tier.
Not D tier, no. It's still killing in 3 shots. Like, I think actually, what does it do? Fin fire, yeah, it can kill in 188 milliseconds, potentially, and 3 shots to kill. Yeah, that's a good gun. It's not that bad. The Bruin, after its nerf, though, is now essentially, it's tied with the Holger. It'd be in C tier with the Holger. Because it's basically just like the bigger CT. It's like it's the bigger Holger. You have big Holger or Holger, because they fucked the Bruin. They kneecapped my boy.
The Rytec.
The Rytec AMR, it would be my top A tier sniper, potentially low S tier, but I know that's just my personal opinion. I would say the Rytec AMR is A tier for being a semi-auto that can one shot
Anywhere.
pretty much just about, not anywhere, but just about. It's so good at crazy long range. It's so fun to like set it up for like 6v6 maps with the what's the barrel called? The Harrier? Harbinger. The Harbinger barrel makes it so good for 6v6 because you can just land follow-up shots. Like your sights, instead of going like this, goes like this with the Harbinger. It hurts the velocity and everything, but fuck it, who gives a shit? In 6v6 maps, you don't need that much velocity with a sniper rifle because snipers already have such fast velocity. So the Rytec AMR would be my A tier, and then if
Definitely
I had to,
A tier.
yeah, and then if I had to do pistols, then
I don't think there's any other past the Venetti, so you're
Yeah.
fine with that.
yeah, base Renetti would probably be somewhere in B tier along with burst Renetti. But when it comes to melee weapons, combat knife is A. Cali sticks is A as well. Kadachi's is high A because of that range. That range is fucking. If you're
I'd
killing,
say the Cali sticks are better because of how fast it is and the lunge.
no, but the lunge can
And
get
the
you
lunge.
fucked up. The lunge can get you fucked up, especially in a melee fight. It can get you really fucked up because you lose control of your character for a second. But I will say the Cali sticks, yes and no. I have won a gunfight against Cali sticks. I have not been able to obviously win one against Kadachi's. If somebody gets in Kadachi range, I'm fucked. If someone gets in Cali stick range, I have gotten hit once and was able to get a shotgun burst off or my deagle headshot.
Jumping Moose wants to hear your thoughts on the Mark II again.
The Mark II, I like a little better than the Kar 98 in terms of like it's what it is as a gun, but the Kar 98 I like better as like a statistical gun. The ISO at the top I'm leaving. Oh, ISO's down here in D tier because it's not good at anything. It's bad MP7, which is a better. It's a bad P90, and the P90 is a bad MP7. The MP7 is comparable to the MP5, but very different. But the knife isn't S tier though to me. The only thing that hurts the Kadachi's is movement speed, I guess. Fuck you, Shots Rage. But I'm liking the stream anyways. Oh, thank you. Default fin with exaggerating recoil attachments. Let's see. Full auto snipers that are 200 meters away while not even controlling it. Yeah. Oh, also the fin and the Uzi both have that thing with stopping power rounds where they lose recoil instead of gain it. M19 is A tier. It is statistically one of the fast. I think it's the fastest killing handgun that isn't burst, a shotgun, or a hand cannon. Because of how fast it fires and the fact that it has 32 rounds for the magazine. Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, it's the best normal pistol.
The Joker is a launcher that either wastes your time or kills 5 people on an objective. That's why it's in C tier and not lower. In fact, I want to put it mid C tier, actually. I love the Joker. And also, when you fire it, you get to say, "Looking cool, Joker," which is just fucking bullshit.
What? Why?
Why not,
What have you
Jake?
done?
What have you done today? How's your day been?
Pretty solid.
Good. Good to hear. Joker for the win. Hey, when someone says a gun is good because they get kills with it, doesn't make any sense. Yeah, of course, like, all of these, everything on this list, guys, can get kills, and even kill streaks. Technically, you're capable of getting a nuke with every one of these weapons. That's not the point. We're talking about their use cases. They're talking about versatility. We're talking about ammo counts. We're talking about conversion kits. We're talking about practicality. The Deagle. The Deagle is a gun. The best way I can put it, if you go up against my Deagle, there are like, what is it, 3 options. I die, you get 2-shotted, or you get 1-shotted. That's the Deagle. To me, that's the Deagle. I swap to it quickly. I have lightweight trigger on it, and with the right attachments, you can use it in core mode at long range, which is fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's a pocket DMR.
I don't know about giving. I think for the ISO, they should just give it hollow point 9mm hollow point rounds, which can, like, they just like bullshit it and say it does extra headshot damage. I think that's what they should do. How is the crossbow at F tier? If you have to ask. It's a primary that sucks butt. That's why.
Yep.
Match grade is better for Deagle? Nah. No.
Why would you put match grade on when lightweight shoots faster when the fire rate's its only weakness?
Yeah, and also the thing is that if you want aiming stability, then just run tack laser or granulated grip tape if you need aiming stability. And if you love that
And
so
you really
much,
shouldn't be trying to map people with the Deagle anyway.
Yeah,
So you're gonna be close enough where aiming stability doesn't matter.
yeah, and honestly, if you did want to map people, again, granulated grip tape, tack laser, 13-round magazine, longest barrel, maybe maybe honestly just tack laser and then compensator. I liked your video with the Resident Evil build on the Deagle and shotgun. Hey, I'm glad you like that. We also took into account Dragon's Breath rounds. That's why the 680 is in S tier, is because it's the most, like, bird brain shotgun in the game. You're not limited in ammo. You don't have any weird gimmicks. You don't have to pepper people multiple times. VLK is good. Wyatt, you're just full of lies. You're full of lies.
Let's say, what is the easiest to use full auto high damage gun?
Easiest to use full auto high damage gun? AK.
Mhm.
I think that's the easiest to use because you can have a 75 or 40 round magazine with it. Because the Scar will beat you to death with ammo. If I'm talking about, like, really high damage, I think like some like the easiest use cases. I don't know. I actually really don't know.
Why you need to stop with that message.
This leveling on great spam, great 2-shot ranges if you don't get the 1-shot, great reload time for a shoddy, great attachment variety and speed, good ammo, good with slugs. Fine. I'll put it above the 357 then. Anyway.
Nice.
Was it fun watching it just go, like, slightly across the tier list? Just, and boop. Yeah, why doesn't know how to... Why it's got a problem.
Oh, that's right. The blackout rounds weren't on here.
Blackout rounds weren't on there, and if they were, I would have put them super low on the list because it limits you to 30 rounds, only gets rid of your tracers and the skulls, but it doesn't do anything for your damage and range, really. It's kind of useless. If it could be a 60-round thing, then at least I would say you could use it, but put the VLK back down? Okay. You've convinced me.
X16 akimbo kind of smacks. Why use X16 akimbos? We can go M19 akimbos.
Yeah, M19 akimbo is way better than X16 akimbo.
M19 shoots so much faster.
And kills in the same amount of time. Kills with the same amount of shots in a less amount of time. Come on, kids. Don't be stupid.
Yeah, things
now.
like all the pistol, like basically all the akimbo pistols are gonna be better because you're getting an extra gun.
I think the thing about this list. I think the thing about this list that's bothering people, guys, is that we're trying to, like, maintain a level of objectivity while trying to, like, balance our experiences. Whereas I think a lot of people watching this right now are going, I'm able to do well with that, so why don't you like it? It's like, because I'm able to do well with many of the guns on this list that I did not put in S tier. Again, S87. I'm gonna screenshot this. Yes, with the VLK Rogue still down there. Ha 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 ha. Permeate it. Permeate it.
Why is the Bison C tier? C tier, at least in this case, like based on like what we did, it's not bad.
It's not bad.
C tier isn't bad.
These are okay. So let me explain to you guys how this would work, at least just from my perspective, taking into account my friends' perspectives and some of even the chat. S tier, objectively good meta weapons. A tier, good meta weapons that maybe are a little harder to use or require a little bit more skill. B tier are solid guns, solid mid-range guns that are good at some things and bad at others. C tier, same as the B tier, but not as good, not as versatile, less nice things to say about them. D tier is why. F tier is why.
Yeah, like
angry.
Because like really the only tiers that are like bad are DNF.
So now let's make this based on what I would be willing to use. Boop boop ba-doop boop ba-doop ba-doop ba-doo. Guns that piss me off go in F tier.
Just move everything to F tier except
the Joker.
nothing between just S and F.
Boop ba-doop boo. What guns do I never want to fucking see again? Ooh, let's put the 1911 in A tier because I'm happen to be good with it. Strela, tasty sniper, Joker. Yeah, this is good stuff. Oh, Striker, see you in fucking F tier, motherfucker. All three of the strikers right next to each other, right where they should be.
I'm just trying to lasso me.
Why is the EBR C tier? Because you could just use the SKS.
Because you cry too much.
Or the FAL.
We're going to take the HDR. We're going to put it in D tier because fuck that thing. Let's see. M4 SOCOM. Why don't you have more ammunition? Scar. Piss me off all the time. Bison. I guess you could stay in C tier. Just kidding. You're going in D tier.
Swordsbear actually has a pretty good description
Amazing,
of each of the tiers.
Useful. Could be better. Bad. Terrible. I like the idea. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah.
Okay, so then Renetti Burst. You can go in C tier, you dirty slut. And then we take the R9,
Oh my.
dirty slut. We take the Mark II, put it into A tier. Take the Kar 98, keep it in A tier. We take the AUG 556, put it in C tier, worst 556 rifle in the game. P90, you can stay in B. M13, AUG, SA goes up into my S tier as guns that I really enjoy using, but don't use enough actually. Grau for me is boring. Ram to me, boring. Goes in C tier. Why would I use you? Pila, you kind of piss me off because like you're ugly, and I can never change that gross green box on you. And what else would I put? Oh yeah, M19 goes
What's the
into
big
S tier.
crayon?
Kilo goes into top S tier. And we're good. That's my demented, super subjective tier list.
Fuck.
Would this tier list be the same if you had to rank for Ground War or Warzone? Probably, but we don't play those, so...
I took those into account a little bit with my decisions, actually. Like, the HDR isn't great in 6v6, but it does do good in Ground War and, 10v10 maps, some of them, you can get the HDR to work. I even thought about Warzone when thinking about the Scar. I tried to think about everything, but mostly this is multiplayer. What guns would you buff up to switch the meta list? Oh, if I was going to buff a gun to bring it to the meta, I would really like it if they buffed the P90 to S tier. But, yeah, this is my list. This is see, if I went off of just subjective, I'm good with it, why don't people like it? Then this is the list I would make. Okay? Goes from all of my objective statistical knowledge about the guns goes out the window. This is my tier list for stuff that I don't enjoy using. So hopefully you guys understand what I'm saying. We're trying to take our experiences, the stats, and some of your guys' feedback to make the list. If you come in, you're like, hey, why is that gun that I'm good with on there? It's because I'm not good with that gun. I'm not you, man. That's how that works. I've been dealing with this since Modern Warfare came out, and I can't say I'm not a little annoyed with it. I get told, like, why don't you like this gun? I'm good with it. It's like, oh, that's fantastic. I didn't take your personal life into account when I rated a gun in a video game. So either way, thank you guys so much for watching this. If you guys are interested in more of this content, feel free to subscribe. If you want to support the channel, you can use code BOOM, 1BOOM, sorry. Almost got my own code wrong. Use code 1BOOM at manscaped.com for 20% off plus free shipping. You can also follow me on Twitter. Link is also in the description. And somebody asked for an update on the Jennifer Walters situation. It's weird. I think I got blocked by the Xbox account that I was told was hers. So I'm thinking we got catfish, guys. No more gamer girls for us. Sorry to get everyone's hopes up. But either way, thank you guys so much for hanging out, watching the stream, and getting mad at my stuff. Because
wait, we need one more like to reach 100. We need one more like.
One more like? Let me see this.
At least that's what it's saying for me. It says 99.
It says I need 2 more likes. Oh, I gotta do the donation rundown real fast. Thank you, Gothic Snow Leopard, Gamerboy Bathwater, and Marco L for the donos, guys. I really appreciate you. That is awesome.
Oh, never mind. It just updated. We have 113.
Oh, yeah, 112. It went up. Holy shit.
Okay.
Nice job, everyone. Thank you guys so
it.
much for hanging out and being cool. And I will probably do an I Need a Weapon live stream either Sunday or Monday evening. So I Need a Weapon stream coming soon. Anyway, thank you guys for coming out. Talk to you later.
Oh shit, I'm getting surrounded.